I bought this lot for $85 at an auction and included all these bins, this rack, and all of that stuff there. And I'm going to show you how I end up getting a ton of really good eBay inventory for free. So I went to the inspection at this sale and I noticed that a lot of these drawers had brass in it, and like that one's absolutely loaded. I'm nearly certain that the scrap brass in here is going to pay for everything here, and I'm going to end up getting these racks and all of this inventory down here for free. Maybe a pound, that's a good start. That's an easy one there. Every bit in there is brass. Some of those it's a shame to scrap, but there's no part number. Another full dumper. It looks like these 4 pieces are red brass. I don't know if red brass is paying higher or lower right now, but you got to keep it separate. If you watched my video the other day, I got $3.85 a pound for brass. So I only need like, what, 25 pounds just to get my money back on this lot? I think we're getting close to 10 already. Oh, there's some good ones in there. I feel like this bottom bin here is going to be enough for me to just get my money back. Now you might be questioning on whether there's any good eBay inventory in here, which so far I can see what you're seeing. Probably not so much. I'm probably not going to sell nipples and elbows, but I really got to show you what's over here. I found a gem just a second ago. If you're watching this and you're wondering how to tell what is brass, brass obviously has a brass/gold color to it, and if you're confused about whether if it's brass or something else, put a magnet on it. If it's this brass coloration and a magnet doesn't stick, more than likely, actually that's a bad example, there's a piece of steel. It's good to put a magnet on everything that you touch, because some things are just brass plated, brass coated, and it's actually steel underneath. Brass colored and a magnet doesn't stick, it's probably brass. Here's an instance where I probably won't scrap these. These have a part number. There's 5 pieces in a bag. Those are going to end up being free eBay inventory. I love it. There's a piece of carbide in there. A few ounces. That's maybe $5, $6 in scrap. Sweet find. Again, here's another package of brass fittings of some sort with a part number on there. 4 pieces in a bag. Those are not going to get scrapped. And I really don't think we're going to need those pieces to get to our 25 pounds. I think we'll have no problem getting to 25 pounds without those. Unless we start seeing a bunch of galvanized nipples like that. Oh my. I don't know what those are worth, but those being like 6 inches, 8 inches long, and there being like a dozen of them in there, I bet that's probably 50 bucks. And it looks like you match. Nipples. Oh yeah, Big Daddy. Let's see, I can't put this piece in here. I would need to go get a wrench and take that off. That would be considered dirty brass, and that doesn't pay anywhere close to what these clean brass pieces sell for, because they're 100% brass. So that's going to stay out for now. Plastic needs to come off as well. Oh, look at that coupler. What a beast. Red brass. I should probably just have a magnet that's pulling all of the steel pieces out. Holy moly. I don't know if that's just bar stock or if those are some sort of weights, but those are kind of cool. Ooh, that one's a dud. 1 piece. Honestly though, these need to go to the flea market. These are some Hansen couplers. There's actually quite a bit of money in there. I mean, even if I sold them at a couple bucks a piece at the flea market. We're halfway through. Let's get a weight on what we've got. And keep in mind, my bin probably weighs about 2 pounds, 27 pounds. I don't know how I predicted that, but there's 25 pounds at almost $4 a pound. We're already even on this, so we're actually going to make some money on the scrap, but I have to show you one of the things that I found the other day. I looked this up, and obviously this is brand spanking new, and it's got the hardware in there, but this sells for, I'm going to put it on the screen, I think it's like $800. So in terms of, we already got our money back on this entire lot. We haven't even touched this stuff. There's some gems in there as well. But this is going to make me about $700 in net profit. So there's going to be a ton of other good sellable eBay inventory in here. But this is by far the most expensive piece, I think. Now you're wondering probably, I mean, I get this question all the time, where do I find the stuff myself? And I always tell people industrial auctions are the best, but if you want to find something in your area that is more, I don't know, consistent, I would probably go to farm sales. Almost every farmer, I don't know, those might be copper. I need to check those. Almost every farm sale has a shop or kind of a supply area where they have cabinets like this and shelving units that are just usually full of miscellaneous stuff. And people get kind of complacent and they forget how much value is in some of these drawers. A lot of these lots sell for well below scrap price because the person that is selling the stuff really kind of forgets what they have. I don't know if those are brass or copper washers or what those are, but those are gonna, maybe they almost look like bronze. I might be arguing that the stuff wasn't free because I still had to pay for it. But what I like to do with lots like this is, because this is an online auction company, I was able to pay with a credit card, and you have 30 days before any interest is due or before that payment's even due. So what I'll do is, I bought this just a couple days ago. I will run this to the scrap yard. I will collect that check. I will deposit that money, and then I will pay off my credit card before any interest was actually owed. So technically I don't spend a single dime of my own money. In a lot like this, I will actually be money ahead before that credit card payment was even due. Holy bejeebus. Uh-oh. I think those are copper. Oh my. These are just gigantic. Really don't know the purpose of that, but they had quite a few of them. Yeah, hardly worth the effort there. Setup tooling for a machine shop. That's it for cabinets. Let's move on to the box lots. So these have a part number. They're made in the USA. They look like an expensive coupler. I just looked these up. These are actually worth selling. These look like they're worth like $8 a piece, and there's about 10 of them. So that's $80 of free eBay inventory. Copper. Red brass. Oh, we've got us a nice looking box here. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think the whole bottom, basically the whole bottom of this box is brass. That is heavy too. Either bolts or looks like there's some cutters there. Get a little copper honey hole here. I might end up getting a pound or two of copper out of here. Yep, here is more good eBay inventory. These little limit switches, there's like probably 4 or 5 of them in that bag. More of them here. These are all brand new. Let's go weigh what we've got. Our first one was, I think, 27. No, I forgot I added more to that one. 32 and 59. Knock off about 4 pounds for the containers. We should have 55 pounds of brass. 55 times the 385 a pound that I got the other day. There's about $211 worth of brass. Remember, I paid $85, about $100 for everything. So I'm going to immediately make money on the brass. And then I've got at least $1,000 worth of eBay inventory, and then a ton of other useful things. And I can still actually go through here. It looks like there's a little bit more here and there. But these cabinets, vintage, they're not in the best shape. But these cabinets, I usually get like 30, 40 bucks a piece for. And then all this miscellaneous stuff like this, I usually take it to the flea market or list it on eBay. Like that hook. That hook is something that you can usually sell for 30 or 40 bucks. If you're looking for eBay inventory or just inventory in general, find shelf slots, content slots, cabinet slots, and you can usually make your money back immediately just in scrap.